You heard it? You heard his tape?
I got 25 M's in the bank, no cap. I got two kids, man. I don't listen to much anymore. Uh, I get most of my music I hear in like TikToks or whatever. So I'm like, what's that? And so then I'll finally hear the song, so then I can put it in the mix. But it's hard for
That's
me to really follow. There's so many new cats out there. I don't really follow everybody.
that is true. Now TikTok is kind of funny because that's how I don't have a TikTok at all, but that's kind of how I found what's that jump? You heard the little June bug dance or something? I think.
Yeah, the,
Okay.
the, the
Yeah.
cat be running like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's how I found the song. And but the song is really is that's like that's a good workout song for me. Like so I heard that through I found the dance. I did all this Googling like who the hell whose song is this? I need to find this shit because that's mine. But
Yeah.
yeah, I found it, bro. Like it's only a few songs I didn't find through TikTok, but I heard that shit gets a lot of people, a lot of artists out there. That's what I heard. I don't really know too.
I mean, they put you put the dance, so they put the dance over 15 seconds of your song. The dance goes viral. If enough people start asking about it, I
Yeah.
mean, you go from 15 seconds to $1 million in no time.
Absolutely. Shoot, that's what that another one. What's his name? Young Thug with the ski one. Ski jump. Like
Yeah.
that song outside of TikTok, that song is my shit. But then you see people on TikTok doing that ski dance and it's like, bruh, a lot of people are making songs specifically for TikTok. They're smart. Like they know what they're doing, but they're making songs specifically for TikTok and they don't care like how it sounds to other people as long as they can get a dance on TikTok, taking off.
Hey, I'm not mad at it. You got to
Absolutely.
get it how you live out here, man.
Absolutely, I
The
respect
the
it.
world is what I mean, you literally can be whatever you want to be. You generally gotta build it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You generally gotta go out there and make it. So that's how
and be
it is.
yourself on top of that too. I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of people they
That is
chase,
the truth.
yeah, they chasing. You know what I'm saying? What they envision people would like, which is okay, but don't step outside of yourself just to try and get those 15 seconds. Like some people can like, for example, I go back to Thug. Like he can make a TikTok song and still drop another song or another album in like 2 weeks and he'll still be at the top of the charts. Like that's not that TikTok is just something on the side. It came organically. But some people are kind of uh, uh.
Yeah. I mean, the quicker you can get to that, that's getting to being comfortable being yourself. The faster you get there, the better off life is.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I did send you the link. But we could go ahead and get started. You can send that out whenever you're ready. But
All right,
but
go ahead.
yes, sir. So obviously for those who are tuning in, and who've been around, many of you all know the guy Anthony Armstrong. But in case you aren't familiar, Anthony is a former NFL receiver with stops in Miami, Cleveland, Dallas, Jacksonville, but more importantly, Washington, where he spent 2 seasons in the league. Well, 2010 and 2011, and I think he came back in 2012 as well. And prior to the NFL, Anthony made his mark in the Arena Football League, which essentially parlayed into the opportunity for eventually playing in Washington. With all that being said, Anthony Bossman, how are you feeling today? Everything's good on your end?
I'm good, man. I'm feeling all those routes that I ran, and my knees and ankles, they always popping and all of that. But I'm good, man. I can't complain, man. You just get to relax. Life is good, man. Kids are healthy, family's healthy.
Now,
I'm just enjoying myself.
now that's kind of funny listening to that because you talking about how your knees feeling after the routes. I ran into another guy previously, Eric Crocker, and he's like 35 ish, and I'm sitting here complimenting like because y'all were pro athletes at one point. And I called him an athlete. I called him an athlete. I was introducing him, and he was quick to stop me. He said, "Look, man, I know I prayed in the pros. I know I do these workouts and training for kids, but nowadays," he literally described what you said. He's like, "Nowadays, man, my back hurts after I'm doing such and such. I can't do this. I can't do that. I don't think I'm gonna call myself an athlete no more. Please don't call me an athlete." Is that the corner that we turning now, Anthony? Is getting up there?
Oh no, no, I'm still an athlete now. I'm still an athlete. It just takes a little longer to get started, right? I mean, I really got to warm up. I gotta get up early and just I know what I have to do to get prepared. I used to get prepared, take me 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours for a game.
Mhm.
You just got to extend that now.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get up and sprint straight away. So I gotta take my time.
Now, if a random, I'm saying, because I heard what you just said. Now, if a random guy bet you some money to just race you because he know how fast you are, I know how fast you was. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to take some time to warm up? You gonna go ahead and take his money right quick?
I'm gonna get his bread either way. I mean, my homeboy was just talking about. He was like, "Man, I gotta race you." I was like, I'll let it be entertaining. You know, it's kind of like that Floyd and
I'm about to say
Logan
you want some
match.
Floyd
like,
stuff. Okay.
yeah,
Let him think he can hang
I'm
in
gonna
there.
beat you. Yeah, like sometimes when I'm at camp, I will sprint against my campers just to kind of let them know. You know what I mean? Like, hey, look, I do this. All
It's
right,
still me.
y'all over here really working. I'm only about 70% right now. Okay, so it is kind of fun to it's fun to do that and enjoy them.
Understood. I'm gonna say it's all good over there. I know we hear it. I got a dog right here with me. Thankfully, she's knocked out, so I ain't got to worry about this one. But for those who aren't fully aware of how this got situated, man, I'm not the best Instagrammer out there. But since I started doing this with my own show, man, I understand I got to work as many platforms as possible. A few weeks ago, I came across a Washington football page, and I was reading your comments. And that's kind of how everything came about. Like I had no idea that you were still a fan to some degree. So what kept you around as a from a fan standpoint to just still stay with the mob and are you still emotionally involved with the mob? Like you still there through every single week?
Man, you know, I'm still I'm more of a fan now. Like I said before, I'd like to see what Ron has been doing, what he's been adding. And I apologize. There's like a storm coming through. I'm about to have to go put some umbrellas down right quick.
Okay.
Um, but I love what Ron's doing. I'm more of a fan now because I am emotionally separated from it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's been like 10 years, you know, since I was first, you know, that was my second season there, right? Like those guys don't know me. They probably may have seen some tape of me, but that's about it, right? Like my name came up when Terry McLaurin passed me on like the rookie receiver list, and I was like, I didn't even know I was on this list, you know. So like that was kind of cool to see that. But I like what I see from the team now, and I get to enjoy it. You know, get to enjoy it from a distance. I just love what they're doing. They're building it the right way, and I'm excited for that.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
hey,
Go ahead
let
handle
me run
yours.
and go
I'm
do
a
this. I'll be
yes
right back.
sir. Copy that. All right. We're gonna go ahead and head to an intermission while he handle his. Um. So yeah, hey, he definitely said he's gonna take that chicken. That's kind of crazy though, Brad. Because Anthony, I don't know if you were around Anthony. I say Anthony. Darius when I think at some point he may have been the fastest person on the skins when he played. Like he may have been. I want to say nah. I ain't gonna say 4.3. I'm gonna ask when he get back. But he may have been like a low 4.4 type guy. Like he was cooking niggas like straight downfield, bruh, straight line speed. Like that was him. So it's kind of crazy. Like for a person at 38, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. Any person with that type of speed, I doubt he was gonna lose it. Like you could always run a straight line and take people money. I'm not gonna race him. I would never race him. I tell you that. I can't do it. But yeah, he was that guy, and also had I think close to 900 receiving yards as a rookie, and he came into the league at 28 years old. Yeah, he came into the league at 28 years old, like his first professional opportunity. Which is another wild thing, right? But Arena Football League kind of helped him out in a sense where he was able to, parlay things. So it worked out pretty well for him. So Anthony just got back. Anthony, I was just telling some people like, one of my boys that's in the chat. He's a Philly fan, but he actually did remember you. I was telling him how fast you was back when you played. So it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny talking about how you could bait some of these people nowadays into thinking they could beat you and stuff like that. Did you used to ran a 4.4 or was it 4.3? I feel like you
It
was
was
the
four
fastest person on
two,
my team. Oh shit.
4.2, 4.24. Okay, I ran five of them. I ran five of them in one summer. Right, so I had never ran that fast before on time. Fast I ever had was maybe 4:3.
Okay.
Um, so when I was playing in Odessa, I skipped a week to go up to Arlington to try out for an Arena 2, like making the team thing.
Uh,
And I ran a 40, and then literally all them coaches were just looking at me like, what the hell just happened? And I'm looking at them like, what's up? I'm like, what's my time? And they were like, go do that again. I'm like, all right, whatever. My turn comes back up. I'm like, another one. And here they come with they got their cards. Hey man, yeah, hey, I'm da, 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 da. I'm gonna talk to you. And all these arena, it was arena one, Dallas Desperados, San Jose Sabercats. So Will McClay, he's doing the person. He runs the
uh-huh.
draft for the Cowboys now.
Uh,
And so they both hit me up later on. I ended up having a workout in San Jose. I ran like another couple 4.2s out there. Ran like a 3.96 in the little L drill thing. Um, I went to Dallas. I ran a 4.2. Like I ran like five of these things in one summer, and I had never done that before. So it blew my mind. And then that just was always my thing, just being able to run fast after that.
Bruh, four. My man said 424. Yeah, go ahead and take my money before we even start racing. Hey,
But
I ain't gonna do no Googles if I know who you are. Like I heard of you, I ain't gonna do no Googles, man. I'm gonna just say if I wanna race this man, I'm gonna just say fuck it. Go ahead and take my chance before I figure out he ran a 4.2, bro. I can't do it. Oh
yeah,
my
I
goodness.
mean, I will need to warm up. I can't go that fast. The fastest I've ran maybe a couple years ago. I wasn't really warmed up and hadn't trained for it. I think I got like a high 4.4, maybe low 4.5, somewhere in there.
Still
More of a stride type of thing.
still really
If I
good.
if I really went at it though,
Uh-huh.
I really think I'd be back in the 4.3 range, and it wouldn't be that hard.
I look, trust me, I'm a fan, and so I believe it. I definitely believe it, man. So look, man, 2010 was really big for you, right? You essentially from a NFL standpoint, you kind of came out of nowhere. You nearly racked up about 900 yards in your rookie year, with McNabb and Rex Grossman as your quarterbacks. What part of that season? I mean, obviously 6-10 isn't like record wise. That's not where we want to be from a team standpoint. But what was the best part for you from a personal standpoint? Given the journey just to even make it to the league. What was that process like?
Man, I think the best part of that, like I was so hungry the whole way. Like I never I felt safe. So each week was like a just like another just a victory. Number one, making the team was crazy. I didn't play in the fourth preseason game, and when they do that, it's generally people that have made the team. I didn't feel that way. When they called my name, they were like, "Hey, these people aren't playing." They're like D Hall, McNabb, uh, Santana, Joey
Mm-hmm.
Galloway, Anthony Armstrong. You not playing? I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm not finna make this your show." I can say that.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
I'm
"Oh
about to
shit,
say,
I'm not
trust
finna
me.
make this team." You know what I'm saying? I was a little worried, and then they were like, "Nah, bro, you good." And I'm like, "Dog, I don't know." They're like, "No, you straight." So I really didn't celebrate until I got past the first day of the roster thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then we played Dallas, so then that was kind of hyped to play my hometown team. Um, and then the year just kind of continued to escalate, even though we didn't win.
Uh huh.
You know, we didn't win much, but I mean, you catch my first touchdown against Green Bay, and FedEx goes crazy, and just the whole thing was just it was like on cloud nine the whole year. I wish we would have won more games, obviously, but so many experiences, so many like cool stories just to think about that the whole thing was everything.
So you got the call from to get the tryouts. I think Washington right before Washington, you had another tryout with another team. I can't remember who it was, but like, how did when you were playing in the AFL, did they call you, or it was more so I'm gonna give this a shot, and I'll go ahead and like try and work the teams or who may be interested. Like, how did that work to try and make that jump to the pros?
So going back to Dallas, We were in the playoffs. This is my second season there. And I had told myself I have to graduate every year if I'm going to keep playing football. Because when I
Yeah.
played in Odessa, it was like $200 a game.
Uh,
Wasn't making the money. And I'm like, I'm not going to be out here trying to play football for $500. Like, that's not the life. So then when I went up to arena, I was like, all right, cool. We're going in the right direction. The next year, I still was on the team, but I was starting. So I was like, all right, cool. Uh, but then right at the end of the year, we lost in the playoffs.
mm-hmm.
And crazy story, my like coach Will McClay ended the meeting, and I swear within like 5 minutes my phone rang, and it was from a 954 number, Fort Lauderdale, and it was Brian Gain from he was with the Dolphins.
Okay.
He had just left Dallas, so I was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, I'm finna go. Like the league is calling me like right now, and they were like, we want to bring you in for a workout, and it was just a long process. Like they were like, well, we can't do it this week. We don't know when it's gonna be. I was out of town. They called me in for the workout. I made my way down there. They were like, "We like you, but we don't know when we're going to get to sign you. We had to sign the rookies. It could be 2 days. It could be 2 weeks." I said, "Send me back on my vacation." I go back on my vacation. My flight got delayed on the way back, so I had to stay overnight on my layover spot. I wake up, no messages. I get on my connector to LA. I wake up, I got a phone call from Jeff Ireland. We want to sign you. You got to come back. I'm like, I'm not even back where I'm supposed to finish at, right? So they're like, well, when can you come back? I'm like, tomorrow. So I go back, I get my suitcase, fly back all the way down to Fort Lauderdale to start training camp for that season in 08.
Uh,
Yeah, '08. And they're like, are you going to do the conditioning test? And I was like, I don't know. What is it? And they're like, oh, it's 300s, and you gotta run all three under like 54, 56 seconds or something like that. And mind you, 2 days prior, I had just got done doing the workout, and I was jet lagged as hell. I would run
you
a
was on the
route
move for the
and
past few days, basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
I had ran a route, and I would literally like hold on, like let me take a knee, like I'm tired, right? So I would take a long ass break and then come back and run another one. And they were like, I don't know the way you looked 2 days ago, and I was like, I don't know, fuck it, I'll try it. I ended up passing the test, and there was no problem. But that's how I got to the league. It was the whole people that staff that was in Dallas that went down to Miami. It was Sperano, Parcells, Brian Gain, Jeff Ireland. They like Will McClay must have been putting my name out there, like you got to sign this dude, and they never did it. So then when they went down there, they brought me over there. Um,
And
go ahead,
and,
go ahead.
and I'm about to say clearly Washington took the opportunity in 2010, or excuse me, because you was there at practice squad in '09, like late '09 if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah,
obviously,
October,
yeah,
October.
October. So Washington took that opportunity, man, and it paid off for you and it paid off for them. Um, during your time in Washington, man, who was the? Because obviously you've seen quite a few. That 2010 year was something in terms of like the defensive players that you played with or played against. Excuse me. Maybe even practice against. And then some of the people that you played with. You had Clinton for a year before things kind of went awry to an extent. But who were the best players that you played with and against? You don't have to name everybody, but just some that stick to your mind and why were they that good?
Man. So there's one thing I learned that as you worked your way up the levels, I played the bottom of football all the way up to the best. The thing that changes is not the athleticism. There is some freak athletes everywhere, but the amount of the how minuscule people don't mess up that much. The higher up you go, so I'll tell you first and foremost, one of the best football players I've ever played ball with is Will Pettis. I
Okay.
played ball with him in Dallas, and you could go look
Yeah,
up
about to say I was just
like
about to ask.
YouTube
Okay.
clips of him. He scored 5 different ways in an arena football game. He threw a touchdown pass. He ran one in. He took an interception to the house. Had a kick return, and then I think he like caught one at receiver. And then he would flip and play DB. And he's just the best all around player I've ever been around. Now, he's
I
had his
see him.
shots in the league a little bit, but he was just all around one of the best players. Um, Santana was crazy because he was so quick, and like there were some things that he could stop on a dime and change direction, and you'd be like, like my knee would have been broken. You know what I'm saying? Like let me break
uh,
down a little bit more.
yeah.
I mean, I learned so much from him. Learned so much. Who else?
What about yeah? What
D
about
Hall was
DBs? Okay,
special.
Dr.
D Hall was special. He would frustrate you because he didn't really play with like the most sound technique all the time,
Hmm.
but he was gonna roll the dice, and if it was anywhere within there, oh, it's a pick. I mean, you saw that game in Chicago.
Yeah, four of them. And here's my thing, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. There was a lot of people later in his career. So I'm saying 2014, 2015. Like, there was so many Skins fans who, for some reason, forgot how good he was and how skilled he was as a playmaker. And for whatever reason, all they think in their head is D'Angelo Hall getting burnt. And I'm like, I don't understand how y'all forgot how much offense he created with the turnovers that he forced, but I don't think a lot of people respected what D Hall did during his time in Washington. Clearly, like I said, one of the things that stuck out is crazy. Like, he had this interception against Peyton Manning in 2012, or either 2012 or 2013, and he threw it to Demarius Thomas, and D Hall jumps up, competes with Demarius Thomas, grabs it with one hand on the sideline, gets both feet in bound for an interception, and nobody knows how the hell he brought down the ball. And I'm like, that play by itself is there's no way you can tell me he's not one of the better corners out there when you talk about the Washington football team. Like, he was legit. You cannot slander his name, bro. You can't do it.
I mean, he would give up a play or two. I mean,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
it's kind of it's you know what you get when you get a player's like, hey, he gonna make a play, he gonna give up one or two, but he gonna make one.
Yes.
And a lot of times it's like, hey, I can live with that because on defense, that's also a safety and a cornerback being able to be like, hey, I'm jumping this one. Anything that stops, I'm breaking. And they like, I bet I got you. So who knows? Maybe and I ain't casting no stones. I don't know what goes on over there. But
Yeah.
it could be a communication thing.
Yeah.
DBs have a little bit more leverage and they're super skilled, but you
Now,
don't mess up around D Hall.
did you have an opportunity? This the last one, I guess, before we go ahead and talk about the actual team here. But did you have any opportunity to go against I think it was Darrell Revis when you were with Miami? Because I think you had a stint with Miami after Washington. Did you have that opportunity to go against him?
I did, and I mean it was lackluster at best. That whole 2012 year for me, that was just tumultuous. That blew my mind. That was like the point, and I learned that like you could do everything that the person says on the checklist and then still get fired. And I
So,
was like, what the hell? And my mind was blown. Honestly, I can tell you, man. Look, my mindset was I was confused. Right? I've been here. I'm balling. I'm literally having the best training camp of everybody. Get my shoulder hurt,
uh,
so I missed some time, and then that did. And I remember when I was coming back, I think Brandon Banks took a kick to the house against the Bears.
mhm.
Aldrick Robinson he caught a route and then housed that sucker against the Bears.
Uh,
And then I was like, the time I was supposed to go in kind of came and went, and I was like, oh shit, no, hold
okay,
on
now you
now.
saying what's going on?
So I could kind of tell that they were like, well, shoot, if we could keep these two cats. But I mean, I don't know. They made their decisions. It was just that was frustrating.
So
And
was
then
that a sense of
it's,
was it like a business thing, or it was more so like business mixed with like just something else? I don't know, because I'm not gonna lie to you from a standpoint. So I'm 27. I turned 28 this year, but so during the time you kind of like 2012, 2011, that's my age range. I was a little bit younger in the sense that I may have not known like how the whole thing works from an NFL standpoint. What the hell happened? Because all I know is Anthony Armstrong is this playmaker for us, the deep threat, and then all of a sudden, boom, no more Anthony
yeah,
Armstrong. Like, it literally went at the snap of a finger. I don't know, like, how
yeah,
did that happen?
yeah. I mean that shoot. If you 2010 was a hell of a year, and then going into that 2011 year, I was thinking I'm about to, I'm going to start at the X. Santana's going to be at the Z. That's the way we finish the year. That's the way we start the year. Then we ended up drafting 3 receivers, signed another one, and then tried to trade for a fifth, but Stokely didn't go.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, cool, that's fine. I'm gonna be at X, Santana's at the Z, and then we started training camp like that. And then once I think it was after the lockout, so then Santana came like a couple days later,
Okay.
and then like Santana went to the 1, and then Jabbar was at the 2, and then I was at the 3. I was like, all right, vet game 1, okay, whatever. But then it just, oh, the way that I felt like I was only running deep routes, and which is fine, but when everybody knows that's what you do, it's you're like a plunger. You're just flushing it
Uh,
out.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So then there's no, like, I'm like, okay, hey, look, if everybody's going that way, how about I run here and stop? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, give me a ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. And so it's you don't get on the field, and then from the outside looking in, it's like, man, what happened to dude? He must be sorry. Then your name get put into the media, like, oh,
Yeah.
he can't get off press, this, that, and the other. So it's like, shit, man, damn, like you dumping it on me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's
Narratives
what
start
happened.
getting
That's I mean,
formed
yeah,
essentially, and there's no basis to the narrative. It's just assumptions based on what they haven't seen. Like they don't see you on the
yeah,
field, so they start guessing like what the hell is
yeah,
going on. It's probably because of
yeah,
this, but it's really not.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, I was in 2012. I'm telling you, I was having a hell of a season. Like that catch in Seattle,
Mm-hmm.
the touchdown in
Yep.
Seattle.
I was looking at that one.
Look, that one, I'm blowing kisses like to the fans, but I'm halfway blowing kisses to the people that are like not putting me on the field. I'm like, y'all can't forget me now. Like, y'all trying to hold me down, but I'm still finna go make this play. So it was a little bit of little fu to everybody, kind of. So
I can't imagine how frustrating that is. Like, and now I'm about to insert my opinion, and I will recognize that I have not played ball at the pro level. All right, I will recognize that part, but it's kind of crazy because so I started playing flag football in 2016, and like one of the things with flag ball, especially with our team, like our team was older, and I got recruited to an older team, and I'll give them credit in the sense that in their heyday, they won multiple championships around the league, the country. Like they were really good, so I give them credit in that sense. But at this point, 2016, they're mid 40s. Not all of them, but mostly mid 40s. Some of them pushing 50. And the younger guys who joined is people who trying to play, get on the field, and we showing up to practice. We running the routes, we making plays, we blocking whatever position we were playing, and we not seeing the field on game day. And it's just frustrating in a sense, like you understand, like or NFL again to a different degree. There's multiple aspects involved. But when you know that you can make plays, people have seen you in practice make plays. People understand what you bring to the table, and then when game day come around, it's like, bruh, why am I getting 2 snaps? Why am I getting 3 snaps?
oh yeah,
That shit,
oh yeah,
that I can imagine how frustrating that is, man. Just from
oh
a
yeah,
competitive standpoint.
oh yeah. It's that's when people ask, like, do you miss playing? It's like, I mean, yeah, you miss playing the game, you miss the locker room.
Yeah,
You don't miss the business. I'm at the point now. It's like, look, I'm a grown man. You know what I mean? Like, what's the deal?
yeah.
What is this? Are we? Am I coming in here to compete for a spot? Is this a special teams role? Do you want me to just be a mentor, and then like we here for about 6 weeks and then I'm gone? Like, I'm fine. Just let me know what I'm expecting. Don't have
Keep
me
it
coming here thinking,
transparent.
oh man, yeah, like you got a shot to be number one. It's like, if these two cats fall over, get hurt, sure.
Uh,
But I mean, I don't got time for games, man. It's like, let's just go ahead and be straight up with it.
Absolutely, man. And so I appreciate you dealing with the nostalgia aspect, man, going back in memory lane for me. But obviously we know we're here to talk some 2021 too. And first thing first is Ron Rivera. and his continuance on transferring or transforming the culture in Washington. To this point, we're approaching year two. Haven't fully got their training camp is right around the corner. But what is your opinion from a general aspect on how he's been implementing that transformation of the culture?
I mean, he got a NFC East winning champion right there. So that's number one. Now I remember some people were saying, "Oh, no, you don't want to make it. You don't want to make it to the playoff. You don't want to win because you want a higher draft pick." I say, y'all, winning cures all ills. You're
100%.
better off winning and having a winning mindset. Who cares what the number? I don't care what it is. At the end of the day, you won. Like, it is what it is. So you always want to win over everything. I mean, you can tell the type of players that he brings in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Everybody is like they about that business. Like I love hearing like Chase Young. Well, there was a story about Jamin Davis like started walking off the
Oh
field,
yeah.
and Chase was like, "You need to run." And he was
Never
like,
know
"Oh, you
when it's
serious
important.
about this?" And then as I'm reading it, I'm like, he is very serious about this. Like it's gonna be a fourth down and against Dallas. It's gonna be a late in the game. He's tired, and they're gonna quickly switch to like a field goal, and he's gonna be like, and then like that could be a key play. You know what I mean? So like that type of mentality. I remember it's like when I first got to Washington, like it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? Like you had it was just it was very lax. It's very lax. It changed a little bit as we went because you still had some players that held it to a standard. But
Yeah.
Ron's bringing in good players. I mean, you can tell because you have great players that are actually interested in coming to Washington
Yeah.
simply because of the coach. Usually you never get those guys don't even consider it unless they're trying to get a bag. You know what I mean?
Um.
Like you would never get those interviews.
Absolutely. So you spoke on the roster part, right? And that was actually going into my next question. From a roster standpoint, uh, can you take anything away from the decisions that he's made? Obviously, you talked about the leadership standpoint. With Chase Young, clearly he's identified. He doesn't call himself a leader, like that's just who his personality is. But he encapsulates what a leader is. But just from a general standpoint, whether it's the type of the the type of what's the word I'm thinking of? Um, Identity. There we go. Identity
Yeah.
that he wants to have on either side of the ball. What are you taking away from the roster moves and signings, trades, or whatever that's coming on
Well, I'll say number one, Chase is right. There are certain titles that you should not assign yourself. Like you don't call yourself a hero, and and you can go back and forth to people saying you don't want to call yourself a leader. And then I'm not mad at him saying that's kind of like Charles Barkley saying I'm not a role model. Don't look up to me. But the thing is I think Chase is also being extremely humble in that instance of saying I'm not a leader, y'all. I still, he said I still got things to get better at. So, hey, if he's not leading somebody be a leader, you got to go better than him. Like that's just going to up the standard all across the board. Um, on defense, look, that defense is fast and nasty and like they just gonna line up, play press man because they got the speed to do it, they got the depth to do it. Um, he just added Davis on defense. He's going to be able to, hopefully lock up some tight ends,
yeah.
deal with some of these mobile quarterbacks. The D line is going to be nasty once again. I mean that's a dangerous defense. Like that is, I think about the old Carolina Panthers stuff. You think about linebackers flying around, and hey, this is what you got. And then plus, I think you have a better secondary than what they had in Carolina. So I'm
Now
excited for that.
we're gonna circle back to this defense because I have a really interesting uh bet, quote unquote, that I want to hear your take on. But what is the if there was a weakness on this side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball, where do you think? I shouldn't say a complete weakness, but where do you think that you can see possible leaks or chinks in the armor on that side of the ball?
Man, I think you be lying if you don't come in and say the linebacker, and then some safety. Just because we got people we haven't seen him play yet. Um, I got the utmost confidence that Davis is going to be able to at least be in the physical area of the player.
Yeah.
'Cause like even if you're not going to be able to lock everybody down.
Yeah.
I got it. I mean, there's some really good tight ends that he's gonna have to go against. But to at least be in a position, I think that he should have the athleticism to do it. So that's like you put the position there, but it's kind of a TBD. Safety, you got some turnover over there, and Collins he's coming off an injury, wasn't he?
Uh,
So I think so. So I don't
oh
want to, I
yeah,
may
no, I'm
be
sorry.
wrong.
It was Landon. He got the Achilles. So I was
Yeah, so he's coming off of an injury, and then you got Cam Curl. So there's plus you keep signing safeties. So you got to find out who's going to be there. There's so many DBs, like it's going to be some people that are balling that just aren't going to make the team, which is going to be crazy. Then you got the rookie that you see with what is that? What's the cat? Saint Juice?
St. Juice. Yep,
Was it?
Benjamin
Yeah,
St. Juice.
he apparently he been acting crazy out there too. So.
He had himself a day. I think it
Um,
was probably like the last day or maybe the day before the last, and he had himself. That's all the reporters were talking about. I
yeah,
think he had like 2 or 3 interceptions.
yeah. See, so now like you want to see that transition into training camp and then into preseason, so that's going to be an interesting thing to watch. Like, because once things start to once they get unscripted, that's when it starts to get interesting. That's when they say you really playing football. Because if you go through a practice, and practices are generally scripted, okay? They are scripted for the most part. You generally got a pretty good defense that's set up for whatever the offense is because you're trying to work a certain look or certain scheme. And sometimes players get really good at understanding what's on the script. They know what 3 plays they got to run. They know what routes they're going to see. I've seen people make starting rosters off of that because they studied the script
Yeah.
enough and they were looking really good throughout the week. But then you get into the game and this ain't scripted. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, you ain't got to make no comment, but shout out to John Beck, man. I heard a few things about my boy Beck. So but I'll say it on my end. I don't think that when I seen him playing it was Buffalo. No, I'm sorry, it was Buffalo and San Francisco. I think it was 2011. I seen him throw every single pass to Roy Halou. That's when I knew everything that I heard in the preseason was just so frustrating once again because the man had a hell of a, according to Mike Shanahan, was a hell of a practice guy, and it just didn't work out from there. Um, but speaking of what's going on, Jared was like he mentioned that he agreed with you. But Ron has made strides making both the secondary and linebacker rooms better. And then he mentioned Bobby McCain, Derek Forrest, obviously Jamin Davis St. Juice. Uh, Scary. I'm missing out. I'm missing out on that one. I don't know who Scary is. I may just be drawing a blank with that one. But yeah. So
That's what we didn't do offense though.
yeah. So speaking of unscripted, right, Anthony? There is a guy who is really good at unscripted plays, and that's Taylor Heineke. Taylor is a guy in his 2 games with Washington. He exploded on the scene. Like he was the guy that nobody could stop talking about after he got on the field. Like after he got on the field, it was everything needs to point to Taylor Heineke as a starting quarterback. Obviously they got Fitz in here for a reason, and essentially the fact that you can't just rely on a guy who showed up for 2 games. That's just not how things work. It's not even smart for your team and the rest of your team. So you're getting Fitzpatrick in. Now, Ron is in a situation where he's entering his 2nd year as a head coach, and it's already on his 5th quarterback. So no, I don't think it's completely on him. He could have had an actual competition last year, and that kind of threw things back. He could have had Kyle Allen out there, but he's entering his 2nd season with his 5th quarterback. What % chance do you believe in Fitzpatrick And what percent chance do you believe in Taylor Heineke? Where are you at with this stuff?
There you go. It is Fitzpatrick. I think Fitzpatrick, you kind of know what you're going to get from him. I know he's ballsy. He will throw for 300 yards on you. He will throw the ball deep. Um, and he will run the ball. He's tough. He's going to be a hell of a leader. Um, I think Heineke, you're probably going to get similar play, but just a younger guy that's faster. I mean, he's finishing at a high point. I'd say, obviously, yeah, they lost, but
Yeah,
from where he came from, shoot, he's riding high. Um, I think with Ron he said he should have had a competition last year. So I
yeah,
mean, you got to think that he's going to have a competition this year, at least. Because now mind you, he may come in there and say, I'm still 70-30 Ryan,
yeah,
but the thing is there's nothing that says that Taylor won't go out there and just continue to light it up every single day.
yeah.
I mean, me and Ryan are the same age, 38. He's going to get a day off in there at some point. That's when Taylor's going to go in and run the show with the ones. You think that don't matter? My God, I probably made the team off of that type of stuff. You just happen to find your way in the lineup with Donovan McNabb. Like coaches start putting you in different positions to see what you can do. I mean, they're gonna take a huge note. Like, okay, they'll feel confident. Like, okay, Taylor can run the show if
Something
we do.
happens.
If Ryan ain't, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, I mean, obviously, yeah, maybe they're coming in thinking Ryan is the guy, but I mean, he's a vet. He understands.
So now, yes, I'm glad you said that. He understands, and the his intro presser. One of the first things he said when reporters asked him, about this situation was, what did they tell you in order for you to sign here? And Ryan emphasized multiple times, look, they said they're just gonna give me a chance, and I'm just ready, and I'm here to compete and have a chance of competing and earning a starting job. Why you know what? I'll rephrase this. Do you really believe that there's a quarterback competition here, like, or is this something that it's Fitzpatrick's job to lose?
I would lean more to it being his job to lose, because I think you have to. He's a vet. He has so much more to offer just from experience that you kind of have to give him a little bit of an edge.
Yeah,
Okay, you don't have two undrafted guys coming in head to head and they're completely even. Like sure you're gonna say, hey, 38 years old, he's an old guy, but he also just came off of a pretty solid season in Miami, and
absolutely.
like he seems to always put up some numbers. I picked him up in fantasy football, and it's been more for the fact that I missed like the first. I think I missed like the first 8 picks, and auto pick gave me Daniel Jones, and
I mean, look,
I
that's
just
better
knew
than the
that was
five
going to
punters
be a
that they
rough
kicked for me.
year. Oh my goodness, I don't even know why you had a punter on your list,
Look, I didn't, but
but
I don't do the auto draft that much. I didn't know no better. I was in a wedding. I was like, let me just make sure I'm. It was kicker, my bad. But I was like, make sure I'm set. You know what I'm saying, with all these positions. I didn't know that they was going to take off the top of the list intentionally. Like I had all of them at the same position.
man,
uh,
yeah, oh yeah, so yeah, no, you have to stagger those
yeah,
because
I messed up.
they don't have the logic in there that says, hey, he drafted a kicker, he don't need no more. They're like, just in case he gets hurt, and
Yeah,
just in case this one gets cut,
I messed up.
they just gonna have you a backup all the time.
I messed up, man. Um,
It's all good.
but let me ask you this question, right? And I told you we was gonna circle back to this defensive side. If for 2021, if you had to make a bet, like there was no I ain't gonna take it. If you had to make a bet, which one would you make and why? So here's the two options. The offense will be a top 16 offense, or that the defense will be a top 5 defense this year. Now, before you answer, I wanna put this out there. Washington is facing probably 8 or 9 top 10 quarterbacks this year. if not top 12. And their offense is whoever they bring in their supporting cast. I want to put that part out there because last year they were ranked second in points and fourth in yards. Now, the question is back to you. How do you answer that? Which bet are you taking?
I can honestly say I feel like both can happen. I think the best bang for you, but in the first one that came to mind is that you go with the defense. Like I said, they are fast, they are angry, they gonna get up there, play press man. Like, okay, you're gonna sit there, you got Montez Sweat on one side, you got Chase Young on the other side. What do you do? All right, what do you do? These teams that like to open stuff up, yeah, I know they get the ball out quick and all that other jazz, but I think you have solid enough defenders that they can, scoot up, play press. They can get closer to try to, take away some of the quick stuff and fast enough to run deep with them. Uh, and playing press just gives the D line more time to get to the quarterback. I'm banking on that. I mean, because even though you have, what you say, 12 games against like pretty solid quarterbacks,
Yeah.
right?
Oh no, I
All
was
right.
saying eight. About eight is about eight top 10 or top 12 quarterbacks that you're facing. Oh
Oh, okay. Eight. Oh, so 8 games. All right. Well, I know this much. You at least got 2 games against New York. You got 2 games against Philly. And I'm not saying, and I like Jalen Hurts. I like
I know.
Jalen Hurts.
You being honest, man. I respect it.
But I think that having 2 games against two, quarterbacks that have yet to prove much, I like those odds. I think you can kind of stack the deck a little bit there. And big deal. You got to handle Zach Ertz, right? You got to handle the tight end position. Um, and then obviously Dak Prescott, you got to give the guy his credit. I mean, he's coming back from an injury.
Yeah.
So that's something that you have to see. And I think I remember looking at the schedule before, and it's like wonky. It's like weird how they broke the games up this year. So I don't think you see Dallas, and I don't think we see Dallas until later
Yeah.
in the season. Is that right?
Two of the I don't know the exact dates, but two out of our last five we see Dallas because last five are all divisional.
I think it's like you play them and then like 2 games and then you're back again. That's ridiculous. That's just like
I've never seen that
that's.
before.
I've played games in the abyss when we had played like a team like back to back. Like you really can't put any you don't put any wrinkles in. One of those games is going to be very vanilla because you don't have enough time to put in a whole entire new scheme for something. There's no tape.
So
You show up and do.
is that how they operate in the league when you have that like you just mentioned like you have that one divisional game and then you're on the road somewhere else uh outside of division and you come back the very next week so 2 out of 3 weeks you're facing that same team. Is it a different game plan or is it likely that same situation where they're running something vanilla one of those games?
Man, you generally don't have that much time to make very many adjustments. You know what I'm saying? And with one game, like they may put in one or two wrinkles, or they may hold on to something
Mm,
because you got to think about it. You're going to see them in such a short amount of time.
yeah.
Like it's very fresh on their mind what was working and what wasn't. So hopefully you scrap all the stuff that really didn't work, and then try to move forward with the stuff that does.
All right. So two quick things, and we can go ahead and get up out of here because obviously you've been generous with your time, man. I know you're a very busy guy, and we'll let you talk to the people about what you got going on, Anthony. So two things. The first thing is if is there. We're going to exclude Chase Young from this conversation. The defensive line. We're going to exclude the defensive line from this conversation. Is there any player in their respective position groups on either the offense or defensive side of the ball that can be top five at their position group?
Ooh, that's a good question. That is a good question.
Take your time, my brother.
Yeah, I mean, because like I'm scanning through, and I like Gibson, but I mean we don't run enough. I don't think that's gonna be. Yeah, it wouldn't be him. I was leaning to thinking maybe Terry, but You got Curtis on the other side, and so I'm not sure how they're going to end up, spreading the ball. Um, I mean, you would think Julio would always be number one, but now he's kind of got to share a little bit. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Oh man, top five. I may go. I'm gonna leave the defense alone. I'm gonna
Hmm.
go off the wall.
Okay.
Some people gonna probably go crazy. Let's say Logan Thomas comes out and has a hell of a year.
Hey. Okay. All right.
But
Logan
look,
Thomas.
let's talk about it though.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. I'm gonna go back to 2011
Okay.
Armstrong. I was flushing that sucker out, and guess who came behind and caught all these 20-something yard passes? Fred frickin'
I was about to
Davis.
say that was Fred's year because they okay.
Yeah, Fred balled. And I said, Fred, bro, whenever you hit this check, I'm going to need my royalties, bro, because I'm literally running 100-yard
20%, my
dashes
brother.
right now.
I need twenty
Yeah, I need
percent.
my money. So I
So,
could see, look, Curtis Samuel
huh?
taking attention. Terry McLaurin, he going to get his respect. All right? Those guys are going to get respect. So now they leave some one-on-one inside. That's going to put Logan Thomas against some other players, some linebackers that he's going to have to take advantage of.
Now, here's my thing with Logan, and obviously, I want to hear your opinion on it. Whether tell me why I'm right or tell me why I'm wrong. Actually, I'll ask you this question, so you don't have to do that. Does his because I don't think he's that athletic of a tight end, and obviously, for I feel like prior to them getting John Bates, uh, their intention was to have a complementary tight end alongside of Logan in terms of like bringing what he doesn't have, just in on an athletic standpoint. Question is, do you think that his lack of athleticism kind of hinders him in how they can actually utilize him, or does it even matter? They can just send him down to his medium, short to medium type of routes, and just go ahead and hopefully he boxes somebody out or just out jump somebody and makes those contested catches. Does that even matter?
I mean, you making some extremely valid points. I will say that because I feel like this league nowadays is just throw the ball up and body people out. I feel like that's what football's kind of gotten to. It hurts my heart. I want to see somebody route somebody up and run by him. Like
Yeah,
everything doesn't have to be a dunk. You have to dunk on somebody every time. But um, I know he had a successful year last time. I'm
yeah,
thinking I'm thinking that he's gonna just be able to take advantage of some mismatches. It's kind of a thing with you just in the right place at the right time. You're not getting the attention from safeties and more athletic players. Because hell, Gronk wasn't very athletic. I mean, he's a big old stumbling, bumbling dude. He
yeah,
he just seemed to find a way to get open and catch passes. And I think the quarterbacks will be smart enough if they can read defenses and they can deliver the ball. You should
yeah.
be able to do okay.
Okay.
But I mean, shoot, you make great points. I just had to make a decision.
I guess time will tell. Then we'll know soon enough. So I did have one question, but my man Jared actually asked one, so I'm gonna let him take the last one. He asked, with as crowded as the wide receiver room is, who do you think has the most to prove to make this team?
Wow, wow. So I mean, I already go off, and you think draft picks are in there. Anybody that they got free agencies in there.
Yep,
So that gives you Humphrey, Samuels, Diami, and,
yep,
and Terry, right?
yep. You got
And
Terry, and then you're looking at Cam Sims, Kelvin Harmon, Antonio Gandy Golden, what's his name, Isaiah Wright, a couple other people that you probably won't even remember in a couple weeks. But no
yeah,
disrespect to
see,
them, just being real. Like it's gonna be hard to
oh no,
remember.
it's understandable. It's understandable. The biggest thing I would say, the names that come up to me, I was really excited to see what Gandy Golden was gonna do. This is gonna be a big training camp for him because you got to think you're auditioning. They didn't have the ability to play preseason games where you audition for other teams.
Yep.
So this is a big thing. So you got your four. You're gonna have a chance to really, really make a stand for yourself. So I mean, I think honestly those top four guys. I think Cam Sims, he's gonna have to do something. Harmon's going to have to do something, especially coming off an injury. Hopefully, his confidence is there to go out there and play and make those plays. Shoot, who else you say? Steven Sims, right?
Yeah, Steven Sims too. I forget. I think I may have actually slipped his
You
name. It
say
was Cam
Cam,
Sims, but yeah, Steven Sims as well.
Golden.
Yep.
Really, I think those top guys. If I bet they know, I bet they have. I'm 100% certain. I haven't seen they'll say, but I know that they have their top people that they feel like if the season started now, they're going with these folks. And I bet it can't be about 6 people deep at the most. And that makes it so tough because literally
Yeah.
Harmon's got to do something. He's going to have to prove that he's healthy enough to
Yeah.
make it, but he also has that. I don't know. He may be able to do a pup thing. I'm not sure. I don't get into injuries. Um, Cam Sims, I think Cam Sims has to build on what he did.
I think he has the
Can
best
he still
shot.
do it?
Yep. I think he has the best shot out of the remaining names that we were talking about.
Yeah,
He probably has the best
yeah,
shot to make the team, but obviously no
yeah,
lock given that he's gonna have to fight just like those other people that you're talking about.
yeah, yeah. Steven Sims, he's going to have to really get more consistent, I think. Because I remember he would make some
Yep.
really good plays and be really exciting, and then he would like drop a ball. It's like, gosh,
Drop
it's
him,
like I
fumble
need that
punts.
from
Like,
you.
come on.
Yeah.
Like he
So
was
he's got to
really
get
yes.
consistent. But I mean, really, those guys those guys that are at the 4 and for the 5 and 6, what they got to do is play special teams. Who is gonna who's running down making tackles, who's blocking, who are you seeing doing some dirty stuff because they're probably not gonna get very many routes, and you can't be the 5th receiver on Sunday and you don't cover no kicks. Like that's not gonna happen.
For sure, man. All right. Yes or no? Does Washington win over 8.5 games this year?
I'm gonna give that a yeah. I'm gonna give that a yes. Cause
Okay.
I mean, I think off. I looked at the schedule a while back,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to say like 9 was probably the number that they ended up at. 10 would be great. And it's because of those games in the earlier part of the season where you got
Yes.
God. Where's this? I'm gonna pull up a schedule over here
All right.
because
Let me take a look. Got you.
that was the part that threw me off because it's some of those games where you like, well, I think they gonna beat them. I don't want
So
to do
you're
that.
starting off with Chargers, Giants, Bills, Falcons. Those are the first four. Bills and Falcons are on the road.
Chargers,
Um,
Giants, Bills, and Falcons. So I think I had said I think they can go 2-0 right there, right off the rip. Uh, the Chargers, obviously, they're an exciting team,
yeah.
um, but I'm gonna say, hey, West to East Coast, 1 p.m. game, so that's like they're playing at like 10 a.m. or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say LA gets this. I'm sorry, Washington gets that. I think they can go 2-0. Their big first test is gonna be week 3. Um, I just say let's say Buffalo gets that right. They're a good team. Atlanta, I mean, they
Who
just lost
knows?
Julio,
Yeah.
but you just lost Julio. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a big believer in Matt Ryan, anyways. So I'll give that to. These were the really ones that were kind of weird. You can kind of toss these up in the air, but I'll give them Atlanta, and then New Orleans. I mean, you don't know yet, but we'll say maybe that one's in the air. I didn't give them Kansas City, and I didn't give him Green Bay. Now with the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, I don't know. I hope you're keeping count of these because I'm not. I
All
I
right.
gave him Denver.
Chargers. You did skip the Giants one. So that's a win.
No, no. I said they'll go two
Oh
and
yeah,
zero
you did
there.
say yeah,
They
2
can.
and 0. Bills L, Falcons W. Okay. All right. So we're at 3-1
Um,
Saints.
and I had an L. Let's say the L to the Chiefs. Go ahead and give them the game against the Saints. Put that as a dub. So should be
Okay.
like
4 and
four.
2.
4-2.
Yeah.
Right. Week 7. See this one here, because in there they could lose this one against Green Bay because they're at Green Bay. So that puts you at what, 4-3.
4-3. Let's just assume
That
Rogers is
Denver
playing.
game. Yeah, assuming Rodgers is playing. This one at Denver, I was like, this is a big one. You need this win going into the bye. So give them that.
5-3.
Right. So you got 5-3. That's great. That's a great situation. Coming out to Tampa, I mean, hey, it's the GOAT. So let's
Tampa
just say Tommy gets it, right?
5-4.
5-4. Think you can beat Carolina. 6-4.
And 4.
The Seattle game's gonna be big. Let's give it to him. It's Monday night.
Okay, all
Whatever. He at
right.
home.
7-4.
Let's go ahead. Take
7-4.
that one. Don't drop it against Vegas.
That is
I'm
a
gonna
potential
slide
letdown
past.
spot, though.
Yeah, don't drop it against Vegas.
Okay.
But see, when you get down to the end of the year, you got Dallas, Philly,
8-4.
New York. These right here, I would love for them to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would love them to go 5-0 to finish.
Yes.
So even if you gave them a loss to LA,
Yeah.
what was that, 7-5?
You're at 8-4 right now.
8-4. So then you got plenty of room in there to get it. And even if you drop one against Tampa, or not even Tampa, if you drop one of those games against Atlanta or New Orleans, I think you still have enough within the division. I mean, it's not like the division is a powerhouse. That's the thing. If there was another, you don't know what Dallas is going to look like. But I'm assuming a split with Dallas.
All right.
I'll assume a split with Dallas, home and home type of vibe.
All right. So you're at 9-5 with those two, and I'm assuming one of the Eagles. I'm assuming sweep with the Eagles based on your. Yep. All right. So 11-5. And then the Giants game, the team that we cannot fucking beat to save our life.
I mean, at that point, hell, he could lose it. I mean, I think he's gonna be all right. I just feel like there's so many games.
So let's just say 11. Let's just say 11 wins. At least 11 wins for Anthony in 2021. We got at least 11.
Yeah, and I think I really feel comfortable around 10. To be honest,
10-7.
Feel comfortable at
10-7 on the safe side.
Yeah, y'all did have that extra game.
Yeah, 10-7 on the safe side, and we can reevaluate after a couple preseason games. Copy that, man. Copy that. So look, Anthony, man, I appreciate you checking in with the Trap or Die podcast. As I told you before, man, if things open up around Tuesday where you can hop in with the crew around the regular season, you're always welcome to come talk ball with us. That's an open invitation for you, man. And I hope you enjoyed this. With that being said, I understand you got quite a few things going on. Let the people know what you've been up to and how people who are listening and watching can find you.
Well, number one, appreciate you having me. Thanks for your patience.
Hey, it's all good, my brother. Everything's good.
You get some folks that reach out for to speak with you and whatnot, and
we have been trying for a couple of weeks. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but I still had an email. And I knew you picked a date in the future, and I was like, okay, I got it in my head. I just got to pick a time for it. So that's all I need. I'm gonna just leave it there. So I appreciate your patience.
Yes, sir.
So number one, I'm a realtor in Dallas in the DFW area, and I know we got some Washington fans down here. But anybody needing the help with the rental, buying, selling, that type of thing, let me know. Let me know. I'm always about just helping people out, giving some information, educating. I really want people to get prepared right now. If you're thinking about buying, you got to get prepared. Go through the process ahead of time, because the home you're looking at right now is probably under contract in about 20 minutes. So it's kind of crazy. The second thing, man, I'm a trainer with Camp Gladiator, right? So I do that in person here, but we're also doing it virtually. So if you're watching this on your, we got a kid busting in. Theo. My man busted in with some strawberries. What's up, man?
You trying to get some strawberries?
Come on. Oh gosh, he just got it from a nap. Say what's up, man. He don't talk much, but anyways, I'm a trainer with Camp Gladiator. The wife's a trainer with Camp Gladiator. We have virtual options now. Like if you go to campgladiator.com, you look out there. I run 8:15 p.m. Central Time virtual, but we have literally workouts all throughout the day. I could give you a couple of codes if somebody wants to try it out.
Okay.
You can give it out to your viewers.
Okay.
Get a whole 5 weeks for free. Put it on me. Put it on my tab. Try it out. See if you like it. If you don't like it, no problem.
Absolutely.
You dropped a strawberry? Yeah. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it. You'll hit your head. So yeah, so that's what we got going on. There you go. The dogs keep
I'm about to
following
say
him.
Theo fighting the dogs away now.
Yeah, the dogs keep bothering him whenever he's trying to eat, and he doesn't like that very much. So he's telling him to get the hell on. Oh
All
yeah,
right.
but so yeah. Anywho, Camp Gladiator, yo, that's what's up.
And where can they find you on social media? I know you got I think you got a Twitter and an Instagram. So where can they find you on those platforms?
You get on Twitter, it's Mr. Armstrong 13, and then on Instagram, it's Rated Armstrong, RATED ARMSTRONG, Rated Armstrong. Oh, there you go. That's the wife. She's a trainer with Camp Gladiator too.
Copy that. All right. So again, everybody, Camp Gladiator, and if you're in the DFW area or looking to move there, there's obviously options and people you can talk to. He is actually on this podcast and in this call right now, so you know who to reach out to. So again, Anthony, I appreciate you for hopping on with me, man, and it's been a pleasure. I know, obviously, now that I know that you're a Skins fan, we're definitely checking in the future, man, and see what you've been up to and see what your thoughts are during the regular season. But appreciate you joining us, bro, and I hope you have a good day, good rest of the week, boss man.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Already.
Uh, yeah, whenever I get my PlayStation 5, I'm gonna bust one of y'all head.
Well,
I say
I
that.
would say what we talk about now. Come on, hey,
I
I
say that.
about to
I
say
don't
it.
honestly. I don't play enough. I don't play enough. I'm in the
Uh,
league with, and I think one of my people are watching.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, my homeboy. He's listening to the stream. He said the
Okay.
next 4-2-4 receiver he draft is getting renamed. So appreciate that, Bond.
Uh,
So yeah, I've been in this league. We've been in this league
it's
for
a man
years, and
league.
yeah,
Oh
we
my
pretty we
goodness.
pretty chill. But
Oh
but now we
man,
get some people that I don't. Some of
that
y'all
used to
watch
be
too
my
much
shit.
YouTube, man.
That used to be my
Some
shit.
some people watch too much YouTube.
I'm
Quit
about
playing. Quit running the glitches. Cut that stuff out, man.
look.
Just
I'm
go
not going to
play
rant about
ball.
this. We're going to cut this off because I can talk about that for a thousand reasons in a thousand minutes. I can't stand people who swear that they don't use them, and I'm like, I know where you got it from. I seen where this came from. So I'm gonna
Whenever
just
you
leave it alone.
giggle, whenever you giggle when I bring it up, you know what you're doing.
Hmm.
You know what you're
Absolutely.
doing.
Absolutely.
So
All right, but yes, for sure. If look, put it this way: if you ever hop on the war zone, you have my information, and we can go ahead and get you baptized into the Call of Duty world too. I'm gonna be around for that for sure.
I need to train for that. Shoot, these
Yes,
kids don't let me play no Call of Duty.
yes, you do. But I'm definitely here to help you too, man. We got a good team, so you ain't about to go in there not knowing anything, so we can help you out.
Already good,
Yes,
good.
sir.
Appreciate it.
Already, man. Take care, boss.
All right, man. I see y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Sir, peace. All right. All right, y'all. Where's my face cam? I'm gonna go ahead and end it with that one. So for those who are new and or not familiar with the stream, I appreciate everybody who tuned in, who checked this out with Anthony. This was like a long formed interview. That was the purpose, obviously. But tomorrow, the Washington football side is back with the fellas. Dre and AJ will be back tomorrow. We'll be talking with John Kine, ESPN, and I'm trying to finalize something with another player. But schedule things like Anthony just talked about. Scheduling is kind of hard because people got things going on, right? And they run businesses. So I will keep you updated with the player, but John Keim is hopping on. And we'll talk some ball with John Keim and previewing training camp as well. So appreciate everybody who tuned in live with Anthony. Back tomorrow and then back again on Wednesday with the all 32 side of Trap or Die, man. Appreciate everybody for watching. Peace.